Baby is back. Hey guys, welcome back to the SensePop channel. I think you know it already. For this week's deck profile, we're going to talk about Vegeta Baby. So yesterday while playing with my Vegeta Baby deck, a opponent asked me and gave me a feedback and said that my Vegeta Baby deck looks a little bit strange. I was like, what's so strange about it? My deck profile, it's right there. So while trying to show him my deck profile to give him my deck list, I realized that I've never done a video on my Vegeta Baby deck, which is a deck that I've been playing for a very long time, since set 4, that Baby Vegeta, and I was never a Dr. Meal guy, but then when Baby came out, I love it. I actually own the DVD. Alright, let's talk about the deck. I apologize, it's the pollination season, and there's a lot of all this pollen in the air, and I'm having a hay fever. I think you can hear it from my voice. Not that I have the angelic voice, but this is this is pretty bad from what it is, yeah? So why am I talking about this Baby Vegeta leader right now? This has been out for quite some time. Number one, I didn't really show my deck list, and number two, honestly, I really think that this leader has a chance right now to be pretty viable after the post-ban list. Yeah, so if you don't know, Child Wish is banned, Shenron, Super Shenron got errata to a place that it is very difficult to play him now, and also Bardock is going to be banned. Bardock is banned also, and also at the same time, with all these new sets that are coming out, we could see that the Supreme Kai of Time, that the game is going to last a longer time. So now I really think that Baby Vegeta really has a chance, and has a lot of good mechanics against the current meta right now. So if you don't know, the current meta is Janemba. When it comes to things, is Janemba, and what is the other one? Kid Goku, and maybe Broly, who's lingering at the back right now. Yep. So let's talk about the deck. Yep. Alright, so the leader, if you don't already know, when he attacks a leader card, he gets to draw a card. That's really good. And once per turn, you get to choose one card from your life and add it into your hands. And if you do so, you get to choose one of your opponents, up to one of your opponent's battle card. It loses 5k for the duration of the turn. So it has ability to self-awaken by himself if your opponent is not attacking. So it is choose up to 1, so you can say you choose 0, just take a life and add it into your hands. And if you swing with this leader, so every single turn is a guaranteed +3 if you want to, yeah, because you draw, then you swing, you draw 1, and then you activate main, you get 1. Yep. So when this card attacks on his unawakened side, and you get to remove little threats on the board, right? So especially with things that are going on, like the skillless Goku, right? So he has the Android 8, it has his the Kid Goku. You could just minus them on the board, just keeps on removing them on the board. Yep. And Saiyan Power Vegeta Baby, when this card attacks, you get to draw 1 card. He's an untapped 2 leader. Then once per turn, choose up to one of your battle card. It loses 15k for the duration of the turn. If you do so, choose up to one of your opponent's battle card, and they choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle card. They loses 10k for the duration of the turn. So I'm not sure if you can choose 2. You have to choose 2. No, you choose up to 2, but I'm pretty sure you can't choose like a 2 target, which is the same target, and -20. I don't think that is possible. So you have to choose 2 different targets, and -10 for the duration of the turn. Pretty good. Again, very strong board presence right there. Yep. And take note that especially right now, when people are playing with things like this, the red Goku, red Gogeta, where there's nothing on the board, cannot be KO'd stuff. they can be removed because it's removed by board mechanics, by the game mechanics itself. So you could minus like 25, especially the 4 drop, minus 25, and the guy is gone. And minus 25k sounds pretty a lot, but with this deck, it's so easy. Especially with this leader, it's so easy. So let's go through the decks, and I'm gonna talk about some of this. The sideboard is not this traditional sideboard, but it's just some suggestion of cards that you could put in placements of some cards that are in the deck that maybe triggers your playstyle and what you are up against. Yep. So let's talk about the deck. I'm gonna talk about the main cards. This guy is your main card, alright? So Baby Vegeta Unleash. So what does he do? So he chooses up to one of your battle cards and you place it under this card. It is very poorly worded, but let me tell you what it does. So if you have a card that is Baby or a card that is Vegeta GT, so you could play this card, put it under, put one of your cards underneath it, the Vegeta GT or another Baby. Then what you're gonna get is you are able to dig up a battle card, a baby card with 4 costs or less, and play it on top. And there's only one target. This guy. This is your target. So when you play this card, if your leader card is a Machine Mutant, you get to draw 1 card and choose up to one of your opponent's battle card, and it loses 20k for the duration of the turn. Just like that, 20k, it is gone. Yep. So with him already at 20k, so you could use his ability minus 15k on him, so that he then continue, so minus 10k on your opponent. So any threat that is 30k that has no barrier, it's gone. It's guaranteed gone. I always tell my opponent, if they're not gonna swing with their card, they're dead. Barrier, it's a difficult thing to take care of with this deck. However, barrier is difficult to take care of for many decks, but this deck in particular, so this cannot be done. But let's see. Alright, and when you put him on the board, usually you don't swing because you should have this guy in your hands. And when you have this guy in your hands, what is this? This is the power booster promo. I imagine that this can be a little bit expensive for those who are a little bit more budget constrained. This deck might be on the middle to high, because we do play an SCR, and this SCR, it's a legit game ender. Yeah. So when you play him, what he does is, for 0 cost, you can evolve, and when you evolve, you get to draw 1 card, and when you get to draw 1 card, and then you get to choose one of your opponent's battle card, and then you continue to minus 5k for the duration of the turn. Minus 20, minus 5, minus 25. Alright, and of course you can't play him for the duration of the turn. I can understand, because he is a free evolve, and his best ability is this, that he is a 25k double strike. So if you want to swing with him, you can swing with him. Just be careful, you need him on the board because of his activate main. Activate main, you get to tap 1 red, just 1 red. You choose 1 baby card with an energy cost of 6 from your hand and play on top of this guy. So just for he is your game ender right there. But in this game, there is just so much game ender that it doesn't matter. Okay, so he is a 25k. So when he is a 30k triple striker, when this card attacks or your opponent plays a battle card, this is an auto once per turn. Yeah, why is it worded this way? So during your turn, when you attack with this card, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle card with 30k. Choose one you get to draw 1 card, yeah, and then you get to choose one of your opponent's battle card, and it gets minus 20k for the duration of the turn. Alright, and during your opponent's turn, the first card that he plays once per turn, this auto will kick in. You get to draw 1 card, and then you get to choose one of your opponent's battle card and minus 20k. So anytime your opponent has something on the board without barrier, he plays 1 card, you get to choose. So not the card that he plays, but any card that is on the field. So if he has nothing on the board that has barrier, for example, like Kid Cool Kid Goku, right? The skillless Goku. A lot of his card has no barrier. Broly. Unfortunately, Broly, a lot of his card has no barrier also. And at the same time, what is another card? Janemba, a lot of his card has no barrier also. And Janemba, all his cards are almost 20k. Yep. So when he plays anything, the first one that he plays, it's gone. It's dead. Yep. So he has to waste some energy just to play some cards, just to but it KOs and you get to draw one card. So he is such a crazy presence on the board. And a lot of Janemba's card needs to be activate main. So it's not when he plays the card, it's activate main. Once he activate main, it's dead. Yep. He can't even activate main. So when he plays the card, it's dead. So I don't know, such a great counter against Janemba. And this deck doesn't draw a lot, so he does have his own standing point right there. He could stand in the game and leave it there for quite some time, right? So he is such a great game ender over there. However, whatever I said so far, it's pretty standard. That is the baby engine. If you want to know more about playing the baby engine, I do have a how to play Vegeta baby video. I make one several weeks ago. Sorry for the noise here. I'm having some problems with it right now. So just check it out. I will link it. Yep. Alright, so that is the baby Vegeta engine right there. So what are the spices? Yep. This is the first one. Unfortunately, when it comes to baby, he does not have barriers, so it is very difficult for him to stay on the board. However, what you can do is you could do this. So strategy of Universe 7, I play 3 copies of them for 0 energy. You get to choose all red Saiyan card in your battle area and they gain barrier until the end of your opponent's next turn. So your opponent, your turn, and your opponent next turn, and your opponent's turn, you will have barrier until it comes back to your turn again. Alright, that's so good. So it gives this card, this card, this card, not this card. So this card too? Yes, this is the Saiyan. So this card, this card, this card, this card, all barrier. You're not gonna play this card on the board, so forget about this, but all will gain barrier. So slap them down and protect your cards on the board. Sometimes, because you are lacking of some cards, you can't go up the chain all the way to Great Ape. It takes some cards. You need this, and this in your hands for you to play it. However, understandably, when you get up to here, you're pretty safe because you could play this and then keep him on the board. 25k is still difficult to take out, and yep, so for the next turn, once you draw this card for 1 energy, you get to play the Great Ape Baby. The other one that, one of the other spies they're playing is this guy. Yep, so this guy, you don't really see him play. The reason is this, because he's not really good, but just for 3 energy. When you play this card, if your leader card is red, choose up to one of your battle card, red battle card, with 15k or more power and switch it to active mode. This guy, that's what you want to do, right? So when you play, so unfortunately you can't draw the card because this is once per turn, but who's gonna say no to a 30k triple striker? Usually your opponent is not prepared for this, because if they are on 3 lives and then you have some energy left, they are usually thinking, oh, it might be a scientist fool, but it's a double striker. How many triple striker that can be played for 3 energy at that point of time, right? So slap down Babidi, restand your Great Ape, swing again, and then combo with Babidi, 35k triple striker, just to see if you can end the game. Alright, so that is the Babidi. So don't activate for this guy or for the other guy, use him for this guy, restand him, and then swing at him again. Yep. So this one, body change Ginyu. So when you play this card, this is so good when it comes to Vegeta for 2 reasons. Yeah, one reason is when you play this, take note for the first turn that you play, when you swing with him, this guy for 3 energy is a 25k. So I could understand that if you want to put in, maybe you want to take out this card because this is not your playstyle, that you want to put in a 2 times double striker, the Champa, right? Or Kai if you want it. But just go for this because it's such a good game ender because he is a 35k. He is a 25k when you play him, and then when he swings, you could just tap 1 energy and Champa, so it becomes a 45k double striker. Very, very difficult to deal with, right? And activate main, place this card in the owner's drop area. Play this card from your opponent's battle area with its skills negated. So this card skill is negated. Your opponent cannot activate main, so you get to switch with your opponent, body change, right? So you get to take one of your opponent's battle card with 15k or less, and then you give him this card with his skills negated. So your opponent cannot activate his main and switch it back. Then you said, hey, it's 15k, it's not that much. So for 3 energy, getting something which is 15k, that's not a lot. But you're forgetting something. You are Vegeta, baby. So when you swing with him, 25k, you get to choose his ability, activate main, minus 15k from him. He is 10k now. And then you get to choose your opponent's battle card, 2 of them, and you minus 10, minus 10. So that is just for 3 energy. So if your opponent has a battle card that has no barrier, if he has barrier, you can't change it anyways. But if he has no barrier, what you can do is with this card, you can take something that is 25k from your opponent's board. Why 25k? Because you already minus 10k from that card. So you could minus 10k, then it becomes 15k, and activate his ability, and then switch. You give him a card that is 10k, and then you have a 25k thing on the board. Taken, then the turn that you have him, he is just a 15k, 15k because he's already minus 10. However, the next turn he is due a 25k. So, what are we talking about? I think the Beerus, for example, like the Beerus, the God Beerus, you know, that particular guy that when the SPR that you swing and at a leader card, your opponent has discard card and with a full cost of 6, right? I think that is the 25, correct me if I'm wrong. So you can play him, swing with him, 25k, use his ability, minus 15k, he is a 10k, minus 10k from the Beerus, it becomes 15k, use his ability, switch it. Wait for 1 turn, then swing with your opponent's battle card to his face. Subject is very optional, very subjective, but it can be done if you wanted to, right? This is such a great card when it comes to this, alright? And one more thing. When it comes to this card, okay, I think I talk most of the cards here. Okay, when it comes to this card, there is also another thing. What he does is you gain control of the card. So that's the keyword, you gain control. So when you're against Broly, when he is on his the 6 energy one, right? The 25k. What you can do is do the same combo to him. Grab his 25k. Granted, it's 15k. Grab his 15k, that 25k, 6 drop into your field, and then your opponent says that he wants to activate his skills because your opponent's battle card is removed from the battle area. But you know what? He cannot. So you're saying, oh, you're talking bullshit right now. No, let me show you. So this is the... Okay, if your opponent gained control of this card, which is this card, this is the Broly Power Unleash. Let me show you. So 6 cost, 25k, right? So when this card is removed from a battle area by a skill or KO, you may choose 2 cards from your hand and place it. So this is the Broly chain. They chain it up, they chain it up. So you said that maybe this is not, they chain it up all the way and they want to play that 8 drop. So when this card is removed by a skill or KO, you may choose 2 cards from your hands and place it in your drop area. If you If you do so, choose up to one green Broly card with an energy cost. So imagine your opponent has this card on the board, and then you use that combo that I said. This is 25k. You grab him for 3 costs. You grab this card, and then you exchange. Now both of you have a 15k card. Granted, he is a 10k, and then he said because his card is removed from a battle area, he wants to resolve this skill. The truth is, he cannot. Why? Show him this FAQ. If your opponent gains control of this card by one of their skill, so we gain control, right? And this is the Broly power unleashed. Does this card auto skill activate and resolve? Yes, the auto skill activates. However, since your opponent is the master of the skill, your opponent activates and resolves the skill. So that means you can play the 8-drop if you have it, but we don't have it, that's okay. But what's most important is it breaks the chain. So your opponent thinks that he can do it, he lets you do it, he was happy, and then when you do it, he goes like, oh no, he cannot be done. Yes, it cannot be done. This is official, this is not an email, this is on the thing. He wants to argue, any judge wants to argue, show him this one. However, take note that if he destroys the card, if he KOs the card, and if that 25k is on your board and he KOs it, he can activate the skill because it leaves the battle area and the card is his. So he can do it if he managed to KO the card on your battle area. Yep, so take note of that. He still can resolve the skill. However, when you gain control of it, he cannot do it. Alright. So what are some of the cards that I am playing? So this guy, it is to dig up for your machine mutant. So he looks at top 3, choose one machine mutant. So these are the cards that you want to take into your hands. That's why I play the super combos, because I can't tell you how many times that I didn't get any cards that I want, but I did see a super combo. So it is still a 1 cost, you grab a super combo. Pretty good, I like it. Alright, so this card is very important in this deck. The reason why is throughout all this chain, there is one card that you don't want it in your hands. This card. So when you draw him, you get to play Quick Shift Berry Blue. So for 1 energy, when you combo with this card, it's a 10k, so it gets you out of a ditch. You get to choose 2 cards from your hands and shuffle them back into your deck. And if you do so, draw 2 cards. Hopefully you don't draw them, but the chance is not that high unless you're very unlucky. You shuffle this card back into your... it helps you to recycle, right? Put the card back and then shuffle them, draw 2. Of course, you can draw the cards back, the same cards back, but there's a high chance that you don't, that you reshuffle, and then maybe you give a chance that you draw some cards that you need. Yeah. And of course, Digging Deep Vegeta, it's one of your he can absorb himself and he can absorb him. So this is one of your target that you want to absorb. And why after image? For reasons, because after image is a minus 10k. And it is not a negate, it is a combo. So it does have a combo step. It just gives your leader plus 40 to bring him up to 55, which honestly most people would not want to combo up to 55 because their battle card has already minus 10. So you get to choose one of your opponent's battle card. It does not have to be the attacking card, it gets a minus 10. And then the whole thing does not stop there. There is still the combo step. So you could ask your opponent, does he want to combo? If he doesn't want to combo, you can combo it if you want to. Why do I say that? Because combo is activate battle. So if your opponent swings with something that is 25, or your opponent has something that is 25k on the board right there, that he play it for some reason, he plays it there, 25k, that 4-drop, not the 4-drop, the in-between Goku, right? The Gogeta, the one before they evolve into the big one, the Gogeta Brew, the red one, right? It's 25k. So if they play that card and they felt that it is safe, they swing with that card, you after image it, take 1 life, because this can be done, right? Sparking 5, take 1 life. Then you set that card minus 10, so that card is 15. And if you ask him, do you want a combo? Hopefully he doesn't, hopefully he does, it doesn't matter. So he tries to combo and combo. For what reason? Or he doesn't want a combo. Then after he finishes combo phase, take your combo phase, tap 1 energy, revenge death bowl, minus 15k, that card is dead. And your opponent says it cannot be KO from the battle. You said, I'm not KOing. It's game mechanics. I minus it, reduce it to 0, then it's dead. Alright, so this is one of the tricks. That's why I still play after image, because you can use it without your energy, and at the same time this is a minus 25. Yep, your opponent will be pretty darn scared to swing at you. Trust me. Scientist Fool. So for everybody knows Scientist Fool. It's a game ender, 1 energy, 25k, draw 2 cards, double striker. No explanation needed. No. And of course, the STR. Everybody knows when your life is 2 or less, it is a 5 cost. So all red, tap out of it all your energy. Your opponent reviews their hands. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's card. And then choose all of your opponent's battle card, 40k or less, ignoring barrier, KO them. So board clear. If your opponent has barrier card, he feels safe. It's gone with this. And then so this is one of the ways to play against your opponent if he has things with barrier that is very difficult to deal with. And then your opponent shows his hands. If you take a look, they'll say negate, take negate, throw it away, like throw it in his face. Then use this, swing it, 40k to quadruple striker. Finish the game right there. Such a good card. And the artwork. Ooh. Of course, yep. So let's talk about the psych deck. Like I said, the psych deck, this is not something which I said, oh, this is a psych deck, but more of not like a traditional psych deck, but more on like cards that you can use, right? So the first one will be Vow Revenge. So for 0 energy, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle card. It loses 15k for the duration of the turn. Things I find it very difficult to deal with because the 8-drop Broly is 35k, right? So, but if your opponent has cards that are like 30k or something and you want to take care of it, this is it. Like the skillless Goku. However, when it comes to skillless Goku, if you take care of his 5k cards with his ability and all this little stuff that you play, the 30k will not give you too much problems because they will have a hard time coming on board for free. Yep. So 30k, this guy could take care because this is a 20k, and when they come out, I'm sorry, it's gone. It's right there. Yep. And he minus 20, but he's gonna swing at you with 10. Alright. So the next one. But if you want to, here's this. Put him in, and then just continue to KO your opponent's card, just like that. 0 cost, 15k. You can use his ability to minus 10k first, or Revenge Death Ball to minus 15k first, or use his ability minus 20, minus swing minus 20, this minus 35. So things just melts on the board if you want this. Yep. Subjective, I'm not sure if you want to play this, but you can if you want to. Yep. The next one, Transcension Strike. So this is a very good card because it's an activate main. So choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle card with 20k or less and KO it. So that is specifically for the Broly. When you swing with him, when you can use his ability minus 10k, or swing with him, use Revenge Death Ball minus 15k, activate main minus 10k, and just KO a Broly card, 8-drop, just like that with him. Alright, this is something that if you want to play, you could do it too. It's a minus 15k, so more than that, more than this minus 10k. It's a really good card, it negates the attack, so if your opponent is playing like this, the Mira, the 4 overround 4 1 course that swings for infinity, this card is not gonna save your ass. So this is the card that you want because you get to negate the attack. And of course a little spice if you want to. this card. If your leader is a machine mutant, choose one of your opponent's battle card, switch it to active, you gain control of it, and then it gains 5k. So anything that's 15k, of course you could minus with him, then you could take it, and because you gain control of it, again, their ability, if they said their ability does not activate because you are the master of the skill. Alright, so that is my deck. I hope you like it. Like I said, I really think that Vegeta has a good chance right now in the top 16 in the European, the event that happens in UK. There was a baby Vegeta deck. I was told that there was a baby Vegeta deck. I was rooting for him, however he did not make it, so yeah, too bad. Yeah, but if so, this is my baby Vegeta deck. Comment, subscribe, any comments, you know, I reply to them. And if you are the UK Vegeta baby player, contact me, let me take a look at your deck profile, and let us know your experience. Alright, so enjoy and see you guys next time. Apologies for the nose and my eyes, I think it's going so puffy. Right, I'm going to bed right now.